Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today, if I can prop this up right, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you all how to fight with nunchucks. Now, nunchucks, they are what's the word? They're a mixed weapon. You can get them for just to shoot with, not to shoot, but to make it basically where you can hit them with brute force, or with speed. And there's also, you have to take this into consideration. There are three types of people with nunchucks. There's the ones that their main objective is just to look flashy. Other ones that are just to finish the fight no matter what. And then there's people that are basically their goal isn't. Well, their goal is to finish the fight, but also part of their goal is to basically just, what's the word? Don't know how to explain it. It's basically they want to win the fight, but not in a flashy or just annoying way. I guess you can say it that way. But anyways, now to warm up, what I sometimes do is just to exercise the wrist. Instead of doing stuff like this, I will grab the end of this and I will make it do this. And basically all you have to do is, it's just a little thing. Physics, you get this part and start out with an L. Then you immediately start and go quick enough until eventually this happens. But anyways, now if you want to, go ahead, pause, stretch a little bit, do whatever it'll take to keep you focused, alright? So now, first part of this is whenever you are fighting with these, let me show you something. Right here, the end of them, what you're going to want to do is you keep in mind whenever you're bouncing them off, because there are other places, you can basically bounce nunchucks off of every part of your body. Well, pretty much every part of your body. But what you want it to do is you want to hit right here, because it will wrap around and then bounce off easily, and you won't have to worry about injuring yourself. Now, I don't know if you heard that, but whenever I did this, it whipped around and hit me in the back. Yeah, usually, whenever you're first starting, you're going to get hit in the elbows and the wrists. You're going to be getting hit all over your joints. And, but for this part of the episode, because I'm just going to space this out, what we're going to do is we're going to learn a little bit of how to properly actually, wield these in general. Now, I'm actually wearing a part of my costume. The reason why is because I can just get out the vest, put it around me. Let's see, alright. And then there's a little loophole right here, and I can just go through here and zip the vest up. But that's what I like to do. And if you are starting out, now whenever I was starting out just a little bit ago, right, you're gonna, I haven't done this in a couple of years, and then I just now started to pick things back up. You're gonna want a vest or something that's thick that has padding to go around your body, because at first, whenever you're bouncing, if you mess up and let's say it goes around, hit you in the back, have the padding, it's not gonna hurt. Whereas if you don't have the padding, it's going to hurt. And now whenever starting, you want to know one thing, and that is whenever holding them, you want to hold them. You want to hold them like this, and you want to be ready, because here's the thing: if you hold them like this, it gaps out your fist, and that leaves room to punch, hit on the top of the head, and all sorts of other stuff. But now, first of all, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this: you're probably gonna get hurt the first time. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. No, you're not probably. You are gonna get hurt first time. But as soon as you get the hang of it, you can do full scale hits. Well, I call them full scale. Basically, whenever you're beginning, you always want to not sling them really quickly, because whenever I started out in martial arts, I would start like this because I knew because now I can do this. But back then, if I were to do that, I would have missed this part at the end where it came by and hit me like right here or wherever. Like right now, I have marks on me from practicing using nunchucks. Now, let's start out with the first thing, second thing you need to know, because I told you about I guess technically third thing, but as you know, whenever you start here, contrary to popular belief, a lot of people say, oh, just let it down. Now, you can do this, but what I would do, and I think also you should do this, is you start out like this, because as soon as you do this, you're able to, you're able to switch arms immediately, in which I'll show you how to do this. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to start out like this, bend it back, here, twist, bend, back. So, until you're able to just do it regularly. But, another thing you're going to do is, a lot of times for beginners who start like this, they're going to want to spin it out like that whenever they're doing this hit, because here's the thing, if you spin it over the top, that, unless you're extremely quick, that leaves them time to actually get something and block it. Now, so right here, I like to call it pistol, because you whip it and bring it back. Wow, that just glitched. But anyways, you whip it out and bring it back, and basically all you're doing is, basically what's happening is whenever you're throwing it out, it's hitting here, friction it, and then it hits out. Now, the cool thing about this one is, whenever whenever you're in battle, if you do that, you have everything around you is just really nothing compared to this, because here's the thing. Once you do this, immediately your track, someone's coming out this way, retract, someone's coming out that way. And what I like about this, because what happens is it comes through here and it hits, and well, at the end of mine, I have a metal part. So basically, if you were to get hit by my nunchuck at the end, because of this metal part, what it would do, it would come through and break a rib, or basically just, it would do a lot of damage. But here's the thing, whenever you are throwing it out, what you want to do is this is what you don't do, alright? You don't do this number, because if you're doing this, then here's the thing. As you're doing this and you pull this back, it's not as reliant, so it won't work as well. And then you can do this, it depends on who you're facing up against, but you can actually throw it over. The only thing is, like I said, it's easier to block. Rather with this, it's more of a whip. And see, I'm just now starting, this is the first thing I learned, and I still have somewhat trouble with it, because it has, here we go, it has to end right at your armpit. It cannot end anywhere else, because if it ends too low, and the second time you go to do it, it may stay there, but then you won't be consistent. Now, what I've learned what to do is whenever you're in that situation, I've just learned, okay, just go with it. You can aim, so come here, oh, you hit low, hit low. Another thing I like to do is, if they're coming at you, what you do is you can grab your nunchuck and you can sling it around, so under. So what you would want to do is whenever you sling it up under, whenever you sling it under, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure right here. Alright, remember what I told you about this? It will start to bounce, and I need to focus the camera. Alright, but right through here, you're going to want to remember this part. Because if you do this, you're gonna have to bounce it off. So, see, I still hit my joints because it's just nunchucks in general. They are very dangerous and they are very easy. Well, it's very easy to injure yourself with one. All right, now for the next part, what I'm gonna be teaching you is actually how to bounce it off of your chest, and this is also one of the other attacks. Now, you're gonna want to bring it around and lift up your arm. Always lift up your arm unless you're actually good at bouncing it, which I'll show you like next episode how to bounce it off your arms. But what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to sling it, hit the end, and then it leaves you with this. Now, once you get really good at it, someone's coming at you, you can lay down and hold down here. And then you have all this coverage. The only thing is though, is usually what happens is whenever you're down here, what can happen is whenever you're doing that, because it's so low to your waist, they can come up, try punching you in the face. If they try punching or kicking anywhere while you're doing this part, all you have to do is mid-punch or mid-kick, you hit them. Now, with the arm, you're going to want to try to hit the wrist. So if they come to punch you in the face while you're doing this, you're going to flash in front of your face. Now, if they're trying to kick you, you're going to want to do one thing. Aim for the ankle. Because what will happen is, as soon as you hit that ankle, it will do a lot of damage. Also, because of nunchucks. Now, next thing you're going to do is whenever you are bouncing, you always want to make sure that you start out slow first. Alright, I'm going to say that a lot. And another thing is if you're going to want to hit them through the side, so maybe come through, hit them in the jaw or nose, depending on, well, just really depending on what you want to hit. You can hit throat this way as well. You sling it, bounce it off, and then you bounce it off your arm. Now, I've done this one so far so much, simply because it's kind of fun, because once you get the aim quick, you can start coming from here to bounce it off to hit their chest, especially if they're coming in trying to charge at you, then doing this. And it's a lot more easier to do this way. We'll do it this way though, because what happens is whenever you hit them and your nunchucks are coming up slanted, two things can happen. It can hit it, bounce off, and hit you in the arm, or what will happen is, if you're really skilled, it will pop up, and if you're quick about it, pops up, hits them in the side, hits them in the head, and then after you're here, you can go swing it like basically a baseball bat. So you can go from, and notice how I'm lifting up my arm. You're always going to want to remember to lift up your arm, because if you're not lifting up your arm and you don't know how to bounce properly, it's going to come through, pinch your arm. So that is the end for episode 1. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, see y'all later.